I was in Signal Corps, attached to the Air Force. And the Signal Corps is communication. That's what this is. Grab a hold of that, it's just the end of it. That's what this is not what the life, but this is what our outfit was to lay. Here's a, can you see this?
Yeah.
This is imaginary line. Here's the German enemies up in here. See that line just going across like that? Okay. Our air base is back here, maybe 40, 50 miles from the shore, or from where the enemies is. Well, each day, our American troops try to push back enemy back further all the time, just like a football field. Okay, what our job was is to run this information cable like this up here, someplace like a road like this, where to headquarters of an infantry up there where they had that, and get that communication back to the airfields, so they knew where to strike. And this was quite tricky. Sometimes they'd lay it along on the ground, or they'd put it up on telephone lines in there. And it was something like, it was just about like this. And I knew if I told you about it, you wouldn't believe me when I tell you. But this is what it looked like. And they put thousands and thousands. See, every time that line would go back 2 miles, 3 miles, 4 miles, they had to move up. So we had to put more lined up to get to back of these airfields. And then after we got up far enough, the airfields would move up, and then we'd have a shorter way to do it. But we had, you seen telephone companies out with these outfits to put up lines and that. Well, that's what our outfit was. They just busy, the line crew would all work together. Like I say, we've been together for 3 years. You knew everybody. You don't need my picture.
They're videotaping it. So
They're
then they're videotaping it so then they can go back and make their notes from everything.
Yeah. Now you guys asked me something. That's as far as.
So, what division were you in?
Was it to the 9th Air Force?
9th Air Force?
Attached to the 9th, 4th or 3rd Signal Corps, attached to the 9th Air Force. We was one of, you see, every outfit, they had to have communications. We didn't have radios like we got now. They had to, that's the reason they had to put lines like that. We had a little old cranky phone like that. And it was a world of different it is today. Now they got walkie-talkies and radios, but you didn't have them then.
When you came close to the beach, were there still like those obstacles out there that were meant to destroy the landing craft?
Oh yeah, there was stuff. There was
like
stuff out
those
there. Yeah.
poles.
Yeah,
I
there
mean,
was
you
poles,
said
yeah.
the trucks and stuff like that.
There's trucks we had to go between them. Yeah.
Yeah.
But,
Um,
see there,
yeah.
I think I can show you something. No, my niece done it. She would spend a year in. There's Omaha Beach in there. No, that's a camp. That's my family's there.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
what were your basic jobs around the camps
My
and
camp- my
the
camp?
bases?
Huh?
What were your basic jobs around the camps and bases? Besides
in
fixing
basic,
vehicles and
in basic training,
no, what were your basic jobs around camps and bases? Just fixing
that was my job.
things, yeah.
I was, of course, I had to drill, I had to march and do everything else. Come your turn, you had to do KP. Somebody got to do KP. If you had a bad march, you got KP. You didn't like it, but everybody got their choice of doing KP. As you gain service, after you're in 6 months, you get smart. After you're in 12 months, you get a lot smarter. When you're in 3 years, you're a lot smarter. It's just like school, you learn. And I ended up to be master sergeant in service. And my job was, I was in A company, I was a mechanic, and then I went from a mechanic, I was still a mechanic, but I was motor sergeant. I was the boss of my other 3 drivers, my other mechanic. Like I say, we had 50 drivers, beautiful guys, just like your brother. And then after the war, before the war was over with, they was transferring some of the older guys out of service that had been in, and our headquarters, the headquarters master sergeant was over these 2 places here. They was orders. They get the orders, they go back there, and I got transferred from A company to headquarters, battalion headquarters. I jumped from staff sergeant to master sergeant. That's how I said, yo. And that was a good move, really, believe me.
Yeah.
And we went clear went clear through Berlin and clear up all the way through, from Omaha Beach all the way up till the war was over. And I kind of forget that some of the things I've done over about 60 years. You kind of forget what's in that closet. Yeah. And we ended up in, I don't know what town it was, but I went back, I and my wife and a group of people went back over there on a farm tour afterwards, and we went up to this town. I can't tell you what the name of it was, where the war ended. And there sat an American Jeep and an American tank facing down the road where the Russian army come this way, facing down that way. Beautiful thing to see.
Okay, next question.
Were you ever scared that your unit might be put on? Were you ever scared that your unit might be put on the front line to attack first?
Do that one.
At all? Were you ever scared that your unit might be put on the front line?
No, I knew we would never be on the front line,
Yeah.
but I was scared.
Yeah.
Anybody tells you they wasn't scared, they're not telling you the truth. You gotta get scared. Believe me, you know, yeah.
Here, you ask me.
You guys ask me questions, but I get mixed up and I forget where I'm at in this war.
Okay, go on.
But when you talk about going through what we done, to show you how we had to work, we practiced driving our vehicles in the English Channel in salt water. You know what that does? That makes everything corrode. Okay, we got up into Battle of the Bulge up in the Argonne Forest. There was something like 10 below zero, snow on the ground. We slept in tents, pup tents, not big tents, pup tents. It's mighty cold. We had one Dodge Blitz buggy, we call it Blitz buggy. Front wheels wouldn't turn. The back wheels would turn, the front wheels wouldn't turn. How do you drive it down there? You could slide it out of snow, you couldn't turn it. And Lieutenant Ogden said, Sergeant, we gotta get that truck fixed. We need it. Oh, we worked outdoors like in my field out here. We didn't have no heated garage or anything. Like 3 of us mechanics. How we go fix that? Oh no. Come on, Ray, what we gonna do? Come on, Woz. Let's watch Newski. That was my truck driver. He was a record driver, and Ray Belemowitz, he was another mechanic. He's from Texas, and Wisniewski was from Grand Rapids, Michigan. Never seen him afterwards. Anyhow, we decided we had to get that truck going. It was cold, 10 below zero out there. So we built a fire. We was out in a kind of a wooded area and built a fire out where we could put our butts up to the back of it. We got the wheel jacked up. We got the wheels off. When we got the wheel off, we found our problem. We had trouble getting it out. I'll tell you guys now, I think maybe you'll understand. I hope you do. your wheel cylinder's like that. And the cylinder, these little pads in there, cylinders they call it, it slid out. They got corroded, they couldn't retract. So that left the brake shoes right tight up against the, they couldn't turn. So we worked and worked, and we got them out, got some emery cloth someplace, cleaned them all up good, put them back in, you know what, they worked. Been to both wheels the same way. And then I always keep telling how damn cold it was. If I ever get out of this place again, I'm gonna stay warm. And I keep my house warm. We were froze up in the Argonne Forest. It was mighty cold. Can you imagine sleeping in a pup tent? Pup tent wasn't much thicker than this. Two of them like that together, one here like that. I go back on the invasion of France talking about pup tents. We thought we was gonna be real smart. We pulled into this, after the invasion of France, we pulled into an orchard. We stayed in an orchard because you get protection there, there are all the trees around there. But we thought, well, we'll be smart. There's no room in a pup tent, so let's dig it down a ways. So we dug a trench down about a foot deep all the way around and put a tent over top of it. That's fine. But one night it rained like heck. Where do you suppose the water all come? In the tent. We weren't as smart as we thought. The guy that I done, Howard Hood, Hickernut we called him, he was from Arkansas. He said, Bob, we're not very smart, are we? No, we're not very smart. We done away with that. Don't be bashful. I can talk all afternoon. I got stories to tell you, you know, if you get me wound up.
Okay. Were you ever scared that you're?
No.
What? Oh, never mind.
Sure, I was scared. Darn right.
Wrong question. No. When you heard about the invasion, were you shocked or were you expecting to hear of something of that?
Of the invasion? No,
Yeah.
we knew we was prepared for it. We were in England. That's what we went to England for. We went to England trained to go across the English Channel. English Channel, I think, was maybe 15, 20 miles wide. But we trained to go on across to Europe. And that's the only way we could defeat Hitler. We couldn't defeat him in England. We had to go on his football field. That's what we always called it, just like a football field. You just keep pushing them back. Yeah. But like I tell you about our battalion and company was the finest bunch of people I ever was with. Believe me. Nice fellows. I did get to see one though. Belamowitz from Texas. I went back when I come home from service.